Every 3 seconds, a bag goes missing at an airport. That's over 25,000 every single day. Think about that for a second. 25,000 travelers who land, walk up to the carousel, and wait, only to realize their suitcase isn't coming. Imagine planning your dream vacation, packing carefully, arriving excited, and then standing helpless as everyone else leaves with their luggage while yours has vanished. But here's the twist. Most of these disasters are preventable. And in this video, I'm going to show you 10 simple luggage hacks that airlines don't want you to know. By hack number 7, you'll understand why airlines secretly prefer when passengers skip these tricks, and why knowing them could save your trip, your money, and your peace of mind. Before we dive into the hacks, let me show you what really happens behind the scenes. Once your bag leaves your hands, it enters a maze of conveyor belts, scanners, and transfers, moving through multiple layers of handling you never see. Along the way, fragile tags get ripped off, bags are stacked in the rain, and valuables can become easy targets for thieves looking for weak spots. And here's the part most travelers don't know. It only takes seconds for the wrong pair of hands to unzip and reclose your suitcase. Later in this video, I'll tell you how one traveler lost $2,000 worth of camera gear in just 15 seconds. But first, let's start with hack number 1. Hack 1: the double identity. Most travelers trust the flimsy tag the airline prints at check-in. But here's the truth. Those tags rip off all the time. One rough belt, one careless handler, and suddenly your suitcase becomes anonymous. And when it loses its identity, so do you. That's when bags end up circling for days in lost and found, or worse, disappearing into auction warehouses. The fix is ridiculously simple. Place a second form of ID inside your suitcase, tucked into a waterproof sleeve or even a sealed plastic bag. Include your name, email, and a reachable phone number. If your external tag is gone, baggage staff still have a way to get your suitcase back to you. One 30-second habit can save you days of chaos, missed connections, and vacation stress. Hack 2: the 80% rule. Be honest. Have you ever had to sit on your suitcase just to zip it shut? We've all been there. But here's the risk. Overstuffing your bag to the brim puts extreme pressure on the zippers. One tug from security, one drop on the tarmac, and that zipper can burst wide open. Suddenly your personal belongings are scattered across the carousel, or worse, a runway. And when TSA needs to inspect an overstuffed bag, items get shoved back in haphazardly, or not at all. That's a recipe for lost shoes, missing chargers, or damaged souvenirs. The solution is simple. Follow the 80% rule. Pack light enough that you've got space to spare. Not only does it save your zippers, it leaves room for souvenirs. But here's the kicker. Even a perfectly packed bag can be opened in 15 seconds with a simple pen. I'll show you in hack number 5. Hack 3: armor up. Not all luggage is created equal. A soft canvas bag might look stylish, but once it's out of your sight, it's going to be tossed, stacked, and crushed alongside hundreds of others. And when a sharp edge or careless cart driver meets soft fabric, your belongings are the ones that pay the price. That's why serious travelers upgrade to hard shell protection. Look for a suitcase made from polycarbonate, a material tough enough to absorb impact without splitting. Add in reinforced corners, smooth wheels, and a TSA-approved lock, and you've got luggage that survives the journey instead of suffering through it. Think of it this way. Travel insurance only pays you after disaster. But a strong suitcase prevents the disaster from happening in the first place. Armor up, and you're carrying insurance you don't have to file paperwork for. Hack 4: locks that don't get cut. Meet Robert, a photographer from Chicago. He thought his camera gear was safe inside his checked suitcase, until he landed in Miami and discovered the lock had been cut. TSA needed access, and because he wasn't using an approved lock, they simply snapped it off. By the time the bag reached him, thousands of dollars in lenses and accessories were gone. Here's the lesson. Never trust old-fashioned padlocks or keys. Instead, use TSA-approved combination locks. They're designed with a master key that only security agents can use, so your lock stays intact while still giving them the access they need. That extra layer of protection means your bag is far less likely to be tampered with or left vulnerable. If you're still using keys, you're one step away from disaster. It's time to switch. Hack 5 Zip Tie Security. Here's a little-known truth. Most zippers can be opened with nothing more than an ordinary pen. Thieves slip the pen between the teeth, pop the bag open, grab what they want, and reseal it, leaving no obvious trace. But there's a cheap and clever countermeasure: zip ties. Brightly colored ones. By securing your zipper pulls with a plastic tie, you create a tamper-evident seal. If someone tries to get in, you'll know instantly. And as a bonus, that neon tie helps your bag stand out on the carousel, so you spot it before anyone else can grab it. Best part? A whole pack costs less than $5. It's simple, visible protection that sends a clear signal, not an easy target. But zip ties aren't the only way to outsmart the system. There's a hack that lets you track your bag before the airline does, coming up next. Hack 6 Digital Tracking. Here's where technology tips the scales in your favor. For decades, passengers had to rely on the airline to tell them where their luggage was. But now, you can flip the script. With a simple Bluetooth or GPS tracker, like an AirTag or Tile, you can see your bag's exact location, sometimes even before the airline does. Imagine landing, opening your phone, and already knowing your suitcase made the flight. No more waiting in line for vague answers. Even better, some premium credit cards actually reimburse you for purchasing these trackers, turning smart protection into a free perk. For less than the cost of an airport sandwich, you gain peace of mind every time you travel. The message is clear. Don't wait for the airline to tell you where your bag is, tell them. Hack 7 The Digital Dossier. Lost luggage claims are a paperwork nightmare. The airline asks for proof, descriptions, even photos, and most passengers have none. That's why every savvy traveler builds what I call a digital dossier. Before your trip, snap quick photos of your suitcase from every side, plus its claim tag and even a peek at the contents. Store them in a secure folder or email them to yourself. Now you have undeniable proof of ownership and value. If your bag vanishes, you're no longer pleading with vague descriptions, you're handing staff a ready-made file they can act on. Insurance companies also love this level of detail. And here's the punchline. It takes 5 minutes at home, but it gives you $1,000 worth of protection if things go wrong. The digital dossier turns panic into power. Hack 8 Claim Check Backup. That little paper stub the airline gives you at check-in? It's tiny, forgettable, and absolutely critical. Lose it, and airlines can deny responsibility for your bag. Here's the safeguard. Back it up instantly. As soon as you get the claim check, snap a photo with your phone. Then email it to yourself or store it in the cloud. For an extra layer, jot the number down on a piece of paper kept in your wallet. This way, even if your phone dies or the slip gets misplaced, you still have proof. Without it, you're fighting a losing battle, because in the airline's eyes, no stub means no suitcase. It's a small habit that protects you from a big headache. Lose this, and airlines owe you nothing. Protect it, and they're on the hook to get your bag back. Hack 9 Insurance Reality Check. Here's a number airlines don't want you to think about. In the US, the maximum they're required to pay for a lost checked bag is about $3,500. On international flights, it can be even less. Now ask yourself, what's your suitcase actually worth? Between clothes, electronics, and personal items, many bags easily top $5,000 to $10,000 in value. The math doesn't add up. That's why smart travelers cover the gap with baggage insurance or premium credit cards that include travel protection. Some policies even replace essentials within 24 hours if your bag is delayed. But here's the urgency. You can't buy coverage at the check-in counter. It must be in place before your trip begins. Ignore it, and you're gambling. Secure it, and you turn a potential loss into a guaranteed recovery. Hack 10 Airline App Tracking. Here's a free tool most travelers overlook. Many major airlines now offer a Track My Bag feature directly inside their mobile apps. These systems update when your bag is loaded, transferred, and even when it reaches the carousel. That means you know the status before you've even left your seat on the plane. No more waiting in the dark, wondering if your suitcase made it. And if something does go wrong, you can show staff the exact point where the tracking stopped, giving you an instant advantage when filing a report. Combine this with your own digital tracker, and you've got double confirmation that your luggage is safe. But what if you land and your bag still doesn't show up? Don't panic. In the next section, I'll walk you through the exact playbook for that situation. So what if, despite every precaution, your bag still doesn't appear? First, don't panic, and don't leave the baggage hall just yet. Step 1. Check the oversized and delayed luggage area. Many bags that don't hit the main carousel are sitting there waiting. Step 2. If it's truly missing, file a report immediately. Show your claim check, and hand over your digital dossier. Photos and proof turn a weak complaint into a strong case. Step 3. Push for compensation. Airlines have rules, and your rights vary depending on where you're flying, but they owe you essentials, reimbursements, or cash if they can't locate your bag quickly. And here's the smartest move of all. Save this video. When disaster strikes, this checklist becomes your lifeline, and could save your trip from turning into a total loss. Let's recap, fast. Hack 1. Double identity inside your bag. 2. The 80% rule. 3. Armor up with a hard shell. 4. TSA approved locks only. 5. Zip tie security. 6. Track your bag digitally. 7. Build a digital dossier. 8. Back up your claim check. 9. Real insurance, not airline caps. 10. Use airline apps to track in real time. That's 10 hacks in under 20 seconds. Which of these will you actually use on your next trip? Drop your answer in the comments. Your tip could save another traveler's entire vacation. Airlines may lose 25,000 bags today, but yours doesn't have to be one of them. With these hacks, you're no longer a target, you're a traveler in control. If you travel often, make sure you hit subscribe. I'll keep you ahead of the rules, the secrets, and the insider strategies that airlines never explain. That way, your next journey is smarter, smoother, and stress-free. Thanks for watching, safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.